Hi, guys. It's Mrs. Gerber. Please excuse the way that my voice sounds. If I don't do this today, I'm not going to have time to get this done. But I wanted to share with you something that's going to be coming home with your kids very shortly. Okay. So, this year, I am adding some audiobooks and ebooks to our library capabilities. So, not only are kids able to check out actual print books, they can now check out books on audio and also books on ebook. Now, with that, I want to go through some things with you. Number one, this system is called the cloud system. Okay. You guys should be getting a paper that looks like this. And it will have your child's username and password on it. Those are super duper important. I'm going to show you a couple of things when you are going to download this app to either your phone or a tablet, or you can download it to a computer. So let me first show you what you're going to do to download it to a computer. All right. So the first thing is you're going to go to your library cloud, yourcloudlibrary.com. And as you see, I went ahead and scrolled down a little bit. And when I scroll down, it gives you lots of options for how you can get this app on a technological device. First of which, you can install it on an Apple phone, an Apple computer. If you have an Android phone, you can get it for your Android. You can get it for a Nook or an iPad. You can get it for a Kindle Fire. You can also get it for Windows. So if you have downloaded that to your phone, it's going to look like this. I don't know if you guys can see that pretty well. I'm trying to get it right up. There we go. Cloud Library. It's that CL system. I have it on my phone and both of my kids' tablets. Once you have it in there, the app is going to ask you what library you belong to. So, right here on the flyer that's coming home, you're going to select the Illinois Heartland Library System. Once you select the Illinois Heartland Library System, it's going to ask you to put in your username. Your username is going to be SHSE, and then it's going to have 4 numbers. Each kid has been assigned those 4 numbers. It's super important that you put the SHSE in front of those numbers in order to get your username to work. Now, every child's PIN is 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's your PIN, your password. I'm not sure which one it's going to ask you for. But once you have your username and your PIN and you've selected Illinois Heartland Library, you are a go for what to do on your device. So I'm going to show you a couple of things here. Did I get it? There we go. So it's going to come up, and as you can see, it's got my Illinois Heartland Library System in there, and I'm getting a text. Just a few things. I don't know if the lighting is bad in here or not. It kind of looks like the lighting might be rough. When you are ready to start searching for books to download, you're going to hit this search button down here at the very bottom. You can see there are 4 different buttons. The first one is your home button. It's just going to show you what's on your card. Okay. Next one is My Books. That's going to show you what is on your library account. So once you have downloaded an audiobook or an ebook, it's going to show you what you have there. Up near the top, it shows you current. That means what you have checked out. Holds, which means what you have put on hold. As you can see, I have 2 books that are currently on hold, one of which is due to get to me in 32 days, and the other one is 64 days. Yipes. So on this screen, if you don't want to have a hold, you can remove it. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the hold on the Poet X because I've already read that. And now you guys can see that I only have 1 book on hold. Okay. Last book is saved. You can actually save the books that you might be interested in. I don't have anything saved in here right now. Okay. So that is under the My Books tab that's at the bottom. The next button to how to actually search for books is the search button. And these are all going to be books that are appropriate for 12 years old and younger. Okay, so they're not going to have anything adult in this system. Sorry, adults, but this is what we're paying for. Okay, so you can see that they have them downloaded by category. So, like the first one says Trick or Treat. It looks like those are Halloween books. If you notice on this first book, it has up in the corner, it has a little pair of headphones. That indicates that that book is an audio book. So you're not going to see any of the words to that book, but you're only going to be able to hear it. The book next to that doesn't have either. It doesn't have a headphone, so that's actually an ebook, which means you're going to be able to see the words to that book, but not be able to hear it. All right. So they've got all sorts. They're constantly adding things into this system. Right now, I have my filter on. So if you look up in this next to the search bar button, you can hit that filter, and I have some filters on here. My filters include only putting on books that are currently available. So if you hit that little filter up in the right hand corner, it'll show you only books that are available, and you can also mess around with what you want to have in there. All right. So my screen doesn't look like a lot because these are only the books that are available. All right. So let's say I found a book that I really, really want to read. I can click on that book. And as you can see, there are two options down here at the bottom. The first of which is borrow and save for later. If I hit the save for later, that means that's a book that I want to read. I'm just not going to read it right now. If I hit the borrow button, that means that is going to go through to my library account and I'm going to have that book checked out. Okay. Borrow and save for later. This book that I'm currently looking at is an ebook because it does not have the audiobook headphones up in the corner. And I don't want to read something that's not an audiobook. I'm not a big fan of reading stuff on my tablet. I'd rather have the book in my hand or be listening to it. So this is not a book for me. But let's see, what's something that I might want to read? Oh, why not? We'll go with Flat Sneely. So once I have that Flat Sneely chose, I can borrow that book. And let me show you what that looks like. The screen glare is awful on this. Sorry, guys. Once it's downloaded, I can listen to it, I can return it, and I can save it for later. So listening to it is going to show me this screen. And then you'll be able to hear it here in just a minute. Do-do-do-do. Can play that. And there we go. We've got our book, our audiobook going. Okay. Once I'm done with that book, I can X out of that screen and go back here and I can return it and it'll go back to the library. So this is an amazing system. There are thousands and thousands of books on here. So there's no excuses why every single kid should not be reading at home because audiobooks should be counting for that. And ebooks, you can read those on the go as long as you have that cloud app downloaded. This is the most important paper that you will see coming home with your child's name and their username and password and their PIN. If you have a problem logging in, please make sure to contact me. I would love to be able to help you get this system downloaded for you. Okay, so give me a holler if things are not going right. I'm human. I make mistakes. I appreciate your guys' help with making sure our kids are reading. All right, I love y'all, and I will see you later. Let me know if you have any questions.